Hello and welcome! Today I'm going to show you how I tie-dyed these cool festival pants. I got them from Dharma and I wanted to share how they dyed up. I'll get a better shot in the final result than this because I can't show my whole situation here. But these turned out really pretty and I can't wait to share. To start off, I grabbed a random area. This is just on the outer thigh side of the pants. And I took my sinew and I wrapped it around about 3 to 5 times. Usually I do about 5. Some people like to do it like 3 times and then pull it tight and then wrap it around again and then pull it tight. I get pretty clean lines just wrapping it around 5 times and pulling it tight. But you can always do, if you see my lines and you're like, oh, I wish mine were more white than that, that's a way you could do that. But anyway, all right, so I'm starting my second little nodule here. You can see it's misshapen. That's on purpose. That's so that they don't look like rings, but they look like geodes. So here I'm just continuing on that way. I like to do about 3 or 4 of these big nodules is what I call them. And I just really try to make sure that it's really scrunched up. The fabric's really scrunched up so that it's not consecutive circles, if that makes sense, some rings. So anyway, I will let you listen to some awesome lo-fi music and I'll check back in when this is all tied up. All right, so I've got it all tied up here and I decided to put teal. This is the color, just teal, all along the sinew lines. This didn't really have as much of an effect as I hoped it would. I think it looks cool, but by putting the dye under the ice like this, it kind of helps you control the placement so that you can have bolder colors. I like to do this a lot of times on the sinew lines to make the white stand out more. This is like really scrunched in here, so I had a hard time really seeing where all the sinew lines were, but I just tried my best to eyeball it and see where most of them were, and I think it turned out cool. So then I added the ice on top of that, and then the rest of the color I did with DOI, or dye on ice. So just make sure your item is fully covered in ice. The first color I used is Alchemist. This is an ice dye color, so it's specifically made to split. It's like a purple and blue color, and this one is really cool even on its own, so I knew it would add a lot to put it on this one. And then the next color I used, I did not show what it was, but I'm fairly certain I'm pretty sure it was fire red or something similar. It was some sort of red that kind of skews a little bit pink. That's what this color is right here, but I forgot to show the lid. That's why I always show the lids, because I forget as soon as I do stuff. But this was some sort of reddish pinkish color. And then the last one I did was Kaleidoscope Eyes. This is another ice dye color that looks really cool with Alchemist. It's more green, but there is some blue and purple in it as well. So those are the 3 colors I used here. I guess I used 4 because I used the teal too. All right, I added extra ice on that, so I let the ice melt, and then I added another set of ice to make sure that it got all the way through the bottom. The bottom is much lighter than the top, and that was on purpose so that I could have some variation there. So here I'm just untying it, rinsing in cool water, trying my best to get out as much as I can as I untie. You can see kind of those lines having the dark rings around them. That's from doing the teal under the ice. So that's how I got that effect to do that. And one thing I like about tying my sinew like this is it just totally unravels. You don't have to like use scissors or anything like that. Sometimes you might find you need to use some scissors, but usually if you do it right, you should just unravel it and it should come out. So this one I had to use a lot of muscle power, so you can see a lot of the back of my head. Sorry about that. But it was really dense fabric and I used a lot of dye. So it took me a while to rinse it out. I rinsed it out in cool water and then hot water, and then I put it in my washing machine on a hot wash cycle. And here I'll show you the final footage after it was all, I air dried these, or no, I think I put them in the dryer actually. These were pretty big, I will say. I got these from Dharma. They're called the tiered pants, and they run big. So I'm usually a size large, but I should have got medium. So this is the final result. Let me know what you think. See ya. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you have any questions whatsoever, please comment below. I love to answer all sorts of questions. Also in the link below, there is a free printable just for you, 12 of my very favorite folds. It's an ebook written out just for you. All I need is your email and I'll send it right to your email. I also have an Etsy store. If you liked what was in this video, it might already be gone, but there might be something else that you love in my store. So check that out. Thank you so much for supporting me. We'll see you next time.